All right. Yeah, so from now on, it's going to be actual pre-calc now. So we finished all the basic algebra stuff. And so we have finished covering from pre-algebra to algebra 1 to algebra 2, even fourth grade math. So we have covered everything that we did. Uh-huh. Well, now everything is on AP exam is. I'll answer your question. So a lot of things I'm going over from all the way to now. A lot of them are pre-algebra, algebra 1, algebra 2. So, like say quadratic is not really on AP pre-calc, but you need to know for calculus for SATs. Like for example, discriminant. For example, polynomial is on the AP pre-calculus. A rational function is on AP pre-calculus. So we've been covering AP pre-calculus for at least the last 2 or 3 weeks. Polynomial especially, the one with the multiplicities and end behavior, those are on the pre-calculus. But at the same time, algebra 2 also covers them, long division, standard division, rational root theorem, and all those are on the pre-calculus as well as algebra 2. So they are overlap a lot. Now, very first 9 week, I didn't cover anything except like the rate of the average rate of change is on the AP pre-calculus. Binomial theorem is on AP pre-calculus. Now everything else is like, okay, do you guys know how to solve equations? But I feel like that's very essential for me. Is I'm trying to prepare you guys for your coming up year next year. Most of my students that's in the pre-calc, from the calculus right now, from the year before, they are usually prepared by the time they get there. Other teachers, the other teachers, they don't really emphasize on foundation, so the student go over there from, let's say, Ollie or Kench come to me on the calc. Usually they will struggle a little bit, but they still get accustomed because I still cover those stuff. But my student has already covered it, so they already have that experience. Says, okay, I already covered how to solve the pig problem, the cat problem, the panda problem. Those are on your first test, so they have to learn it next year. So you guys don't have to do that because you guys already learned it this year, so you don't have to do that. So like long divisions and that division is on both either Miss Davies or Ollie or I. So everybody's pretty much talked about the same thing now. From what we are is we are behind them for like a chapter or 2 chapter before. Now we are getting closer to 1 chapter. We'll catch up. We'll surpass them at the end of the year because our foundation hopefully are built better. We don't know until like we actually see it. Foundation I think is more important at the end of the day because if you go into the long run for calculus, now to cover AP pre-calculus, it's very very easy. If you give me a good algebra 1 student, I can cover it in 6 weeks. Okay, a good algebra 1 student. The problem is all you guys come in is not a good algebra 1 student. No offense, but just what we start with, what we have to work with. And the one thing we can tell that is the average PSAT score for the score is 837. 837. That means the math is a 417. Okay, math is a 417. So the average test score is 417. So that means they are half the people score less than 417. And you guys are on the better half, but still it's 417. So it's still pretty low. Okay, so what we're going to cover this is this equation. Now, what I see, Josiah, and I'm not happy with that homework in particular, is because and people always think like one eye I don't see a lot of things. Actually, every time I skim through a homework, I kind of knowing what kind of grade they will get at a thing. So if you show me those homework, then I would know like what kind of grade you're gonna get. I don't even need to grade your test. A lot of the time, like I can look at your SAT. A lot of people like they come up to me and say, "Hey, Mr. What do you think I got SAT?" I actually can get it within the points. So so P, this is P. Let's just say today is $2,000, and this is 1 plus. If it's 8%, you should put 0.08. You should not put 8% there. You should put down 0.08. Now it's a monthly, then it's gonna be 12. and then this is gonna be, let's say if it's 5 years, so 5 year, and P equal to 2,000, and interest is equal to 8%, and this is what gonna be 12 times 5. Now I'm gonna repeat it again. Is 0.8% annual interest. If you want to break to month interest, you have to divide it by 12. But at the same time, that's why you need to make sure this becomes a monthly interest. But here you have to accumulate interest every month, so that's why you charge 60 times after 5 years. That means every end of the month you're gonna count the interest, and you're gonna accrue from the old interest and add on. So interest on top of the interest. That's why it gets very, very expensive with your student loan, with your credit card payments. Remember we did a credit card payment. I forgot what the money we start with. Like I think it's $8,000. By end of the 8 year it was $34,000. So it's like, is that right, Nicholas?
6,000 8 months.
8 years. 8 years. So that's how crazy the interest rate. So hopefully in the future you don't fall into the same thing. Is to recognize the credit card, you had to be paid off right away. So what if today Mr. Ye decide to open a bank, and I says, hey, you can come open an account with me, but I will give you interest, and my interest is gonna be 100%. Yes. Okay, so Mr. Ye's bank is gonna be 100%, and but the thing is, 100%, you're gonna say, oh wait, yeah, that sounds very, very good deal, right? But here's one condition. So Mr. Ye says he's not rich. He will give you 100%, but you only can deposit $1. Okay, you only can deposit $1. So Mr. Ye bank is only can deposit $1, right? And with 100% interest. And you only can deposit for 1 year, because you gotta make sure that he can afford everybody here. Okay, you only can deposit 1 year. And there's another thing I'm gonna give you a very, very good benefit is you can compound interest. You can compound interest every second.
Oh, wow.
Okay, every second. So every second is like interest. Okay, so we're gonna build this equation. We're gonna say, hey, we're gonna compare a dollar, and this is a 1 plus R over N. So it's 1 is stand for 100%, right? Now, if I do it annually, it's gonna be 1, right? Does that make sense? If annually, this is 1 and this is 1. So at the end, it's gonna be $2. So at the end of the year, Mr. Ye had to give you $2 back. You can only deposit $1, but I'll give you $2 back. That's only annually with 100%. So it's still a very good deal. But inflation now, you cannot buy shit. Right? $2, you can't even buy a can of Coke. A candy bar. Okay, so then you say, how about Mr. Ye? I thought you said every second, right? But we start with the annually, and we see the difference. What if it is semi-annually? Is semi-annually, I should divide it by what? 2. And this one is going to be 2 times, right? So can somebody use a calculator? Tell me, what is it? Caleb is good at using calculator. Actually, I don't need you to use calculator, but it's going to be $2.25. You can take out a calculator, so I need out a calculation. So this is semi-annually, right? Now, what if I said, hey, how about monthly? 1 plus 1 over 4 to the what? 4, right? So this one I need Caleb's help. No, this is quarterly. But I had to accumulate interest 4 times a year. So at the end of 3 months, I'm going to charge you interest. At the end of 3 months, I'm going to charge you interest. Caleb, what am I going to get? $2.44, right? But Mr. Ye, you say you're gonna do it every second. Well, we're gonna get there, right? So so the next one we're gonna do is 1 plus 1 over 12. That means monthly. So what am I gonna get here? $2.61. Okay. It's getting more. Like you might be able to bankrupt me if I charge more, right? Let's just say it's how about daily, every day. So every day for 365 days a year and 365 times interest, what would it be?
$2.71.
$2.71. Give me one more decimal, please.
5.
$2.715.
Yeah.
Okay. One more decimal.
6.
Okay. Okay, so now finally, how about every second? Well, every second is 1 plus, so there's 365 days. Each day has 24 hours, right? Each hour has 60 minutes, and each minute has 60 seconds. So this is 365 times 24 times 60 times 60. So every second, you get to calculate interest. Hopefully you can bankrupt me. Hopefully. So I'm depending on Caleb's calculations. What is it? You need help?
I was doing it, and then for some reason it just cleared what I was writing.
Can somebody help him?
$2, 2.7182.
Give me one more.
Oh.
Okay, so we say roughly is equal to this, right? So what I want you to do is to get your phone out, and I want you to type in a number inside the decimals, and not even a number, it's a letter. This E. Just type in E and see what you get.
0.7.
So guess what? This number is the same. That means this is called a natural growth. This is like it's like if I want to see like Arthur is a vertical asymptote, and I'm gonna spread this rumor around the school, right? And it's going to be a natural growth. It's going to be have some type of involvement with this E. Every second, so one person going to tell another person, yeah, he's a vertical asymptote. He's a vertical asymptote. And then he's going to share around. So everybody is going to know, like, you know, how fast it's spread. Now, this is every second, because it's not going to be like, we're not going to say, we're only going to share a rumor at end of every hour. That'd be kind of sound kind of stupid. Like we cannot talk about Arthur until end of the hour. Okay, that doesn't work that way. The way the rumor spread is gonna be growth continuously. Now maybe the constant is a little bit different. Maybe this school is a little bit more chatty. Then they like to talk about gossip. That's the constant is gonna grow faster, but it's still gonna grow naturally. Naturally, it's gonna be 2.71828. So that E is some type of constant. It just continuous happen. If today we have that says I don't know, stomach virus, which is a very popular in the school setting. Stomach virus sometimes can shut down the whole school because people shit in the sink, and yeah, and the stuff like that, and yeah, so now you're gonna have stomach virus grow up really fast, right? So that's the thing. But it's not going to be growth just at the end of the day. It's going to grow throughout the day because somebody will touch the things that they're not supposed to touch. Okay? So this E is, they call it continuous growth. So PERT, this is called continuous growth. Okay, so that's why if you have, that says, if you compare, that says, on the picture I sent you, they compare the $8,000 investment 6 year After 6 years, it's gonna be 12,160 if it's compound monthly, as opposed to compound continuously, is gonna be 12,000 $66, but it's only 6.85 interest. So that you can change the interest and change the thing that we're gonna work with. So today, so yes, the yesterday's homework at question 56 or 54, you have a compound continuously, so you're gonna use this equation. Okay, but make sure the R and T is the exponent. So you have to using this equation, you're gonna type in. So for example, it's $8,000, and it's E, and let's say 0.8%, so 0.08%, and let's say 5 year. This is what's gonna be. This is the result, and you're gonna type in the calculator, and it will come out a result like this. R is interest. So with that being said, so now we take care of the continuous growth. Now we're gonna introduce you log functions. What is log? Okay, every time when people hear log, they get very, very nervous. But it's not a nervous because how many of you guys taking AP Chem right now? Okay. How many of you guys already take chemistry this year? Okay. You're gonna use log, surprisingly. The log, you use the log is to calculate pH. You use the log to calculate pH. Okay. So what kind of acid do you guys know? Like acid, like which kind?
Oh. Battery acid.
Well, yes, battery acid is formed by sulfuric acid, I think. Huh?
Hydrochloric acid.
Hydrochloric acid. Okay, let's talk about hydrochloric acid. Shh. Hydrochloric acid is HCl. Okay, H and Cl. It's gonna give you 100% dissociation. So it's gonna be, this is gonna be aqueous, and it's equal to H plus and the Cl minus, and it's 100% dissociation. So 100% dissociation. So let's just say if you have a 0.01 molar of HCl, that is going to give you 0.01 molar of H plus. So this is a concentration. Now, how do you figure out the pH? The pH is going to be log, negative log of the concentration of 0.01. And actually, you can do this calculation without using anything. So it'll be 2. Okay, so you're gonna say, where did I get 2? Okay. Now this is 0.01 molar. This is called concentration. Now you also can be log of a, let's say 0.001 molar. That's equal to 3. So see if you can tell me, why is that 3? The decimal places. Good. Now obviously, do you guys know water? What's the pH of water? 7. So guess what? The concentration of a pH for the water, the concentration for this is going to be 7 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's equal to pH of 7. So it's a very, very small acid that is gonna be negligible. Okay, so that is gonna be this. So this is called a logarithm scale. Logarithm scale is what? 10 to some type of power. There was 2 types of scale in the world. Is using logarithm. Do you guys know another situation that every time you increase by 1, it's gonna be tenfold? Thank you. It's called what? Earthquake is called what? What scale? No, it starts with the R. Richter scale. Good job, Julian. How do you know this stuff?
I learned it.
You learn it from where?
This is prior knowledge.
In class,
How to spell Richter scale? R-I?
C-H-T-E-R.
R-I-T?
C-H-T-E-R.
Okay. Richter. It's called Richter or Richter? Richter? Okay. So Richter scale, if you guys been to so the place that has the most earthquake in the world is where? Can you name a country that has the most place? Huh? Japan. Why?
Tsunamis.
Not because tsunami. Yes, tectonic plate. It's called Ring of Fire. Have you guys heard about that?
Yeah.
What does the Ring of Fire stand for? Ring of Fire is from Philippines to Taiwan. I don't know if you guys study human geography, but from Philippines, Taiwan, Japan, Alaska, and then go into this side to North America, Alaska, and go into California, and go into Argentina, Peru. So this is called Ring of Fire. It's all the things that are around Pacific Oceans. Okay, they're gonna surround the Pacific Ocean. This is called Ring of Fire. This is where you have the most earthquake in the world. Okay, Peru and Argentina sometimes have earthquake scale of like 8. That just told you how bad is the 8.
I thought it only went.
No. You can go up to 9. Okay, so what's the difference between scale? What's the difference between 3 and 4? So 3 and 4, you're gonna feel the magnitude is 10 times harder. So from 3 to 5 is 100 times harder. From 3 to 6 is 1,000 times harder. From 3 to 7, it's 10,000 times harder. So the earthquake is going to be like tremble like this, right? This is a small tremble. This is like earthquake of 2. You can barely feel that. Now, if an earthquake of 3, you're going to feel like this. It's like just simple sway. But you know the building is really tall in like Japan. Japan doesn't build really tall buildings. But the reason why they cannot sustain that. But if you go to earthquake 4, it's going to be like this. The building, the ground, the building, everything. Now, when you go to 6, it's going to go like this. Yes. It's going to go up and down, left and right, up and down, left and right, up and down, left and right. So the building will collapse. The building will collapse. If you see those buildings, they will collapse. Okay, so Richter scale is a scale of 10. And you're going to be like, okay, well, good. I know that what is the logarithm? Logarithm is based on 10, but there's a different type of log. So log has just log here. That means a common log base of 10. So that if I write down log without write down 10, that means it's log base of 10. Now you could have log with a base of 2, which is that's base of 2. And you're gonna be like, what does base of 2 mean? We're gonna explain that in a second. Go wash your face and come back. Next time I'm aiming for your forehead.
Oh. I thought you said for 2, John.
Okay. So log base of 2. Okay, so this is the log 2. So can you have other type of log? Yes. Another common one, can you have log base of 3? Yeah, log base of 3. And can you have a log base of E? This is called a common log. Most of the time, if I don't, like a square root, if I don't write a 2, that still means square root. So this is a common radical, right? This is the same thing. Now for logarithm, if I don't write anything, that scale has to be 10. Now there was another type of, it's called log base of e. This one is gonna be a natural log, ln. ln is something that you're gonna use a lot later on this particular test. Okay, so ln is gonna be one of the things that you're gonna have to deal with later. So it's ln. Okay. So Richter scale, also another thing that is using the power 10 is sound. Anybody know about sounds? What is the unit for sound? Decibels, good. The decibel is gonna be the way they calculate the decibels is in terms of, I think it's a log base of 10. I'm not entirely sure, but you can look it up. Okay. So the sound is also going up. So pH, Richter scale, sound, they all base of 10. A lot of time, like we don't know the stuff, but now we're gonna introduce to you. Now you're gonna start with something that's super easy. Okay. So remember, this 2 to the third power is equal to 8. We know that, right? So this is called exponential form. This is very, very easy. Anybody can do this. This is a base, and this is an exponent. So we're gonna teach you, it's called sideway hard. Okay, so you're gonna use a sideway hard. You start with a base, you draw it like this, like this. So how do I do it? That's gonna be log base of 2. And the next number is 8 is equal to 3. So this is called logarithm form. This is log form. This is log form. Any question about this? How do I convert log form back to exponential form? I say if I start with here, you start with the base again. You draw a sideway heart. Okay? And then it's going to be 2 to the third power is equal to 8. Last year I have a student named Diego. Do you know which Diego I'm talking about? Which one?
You talked about Diego.
Yeah, do you know? But there's a lot of Diego in the school. Huh?
No, I don't remember.
You do know him?
On the public sleep, right?
Yeah. Do you know him?
Not personally.
Oh, okay. He called it sideway butt cheek method. So he called it sideway butt cheek method. So that's how he remember it. I don't know. Yes. Okay. So now today, what if I says, hey, I have 4, let's say 3 to the 4 power is 81. Can you convert to logarithm formats? Julian, what'd you say?
Log 381 equals 4.
Is equal to 4. Is that okay? So you start with here, sideway butt cheek, which is log 3 over 81 equal to 4. Now you can convert back. It's going to be 3 to the 4 is equal to 81. Are we okay so far? Now here's my question. Okay. My question says log 2 of x, or actually log 4 of x is equal to 8. What is x? Well, sorry. Let's do 3. Let's do 3. What is x?
So all you make it to like so many problems. Yeah, what's that? It's so
Higher. 12.
Don't use calculator. So what's x equal to? Okay, so 4 to the third is equal to x equal to 64. Good job. So what about log? How about log 8 of 32? What's log 8 of 32? Yep. 4 to the third. I didn't say it's 4 to the 8. 4 to the third. So what's log 8 of 32? No. Yeah.
Was it 0.5?
No.
Not 1/2.
Yeah, they said 1.5.
What?
1.5.
Using that was the question.
Nobody has the right answer so far. Devin, what you got? Sure, I got something. Okay, good. The reason being is we don't know what this value is, so we're gonna call this x, right? So we can use this method, says a to the x equal to 32. Now we can use something we learned in the past, it's called common base equation. So they all have a common base of 2. So 2 to the third power to the x is equal to 2 to the common to 5. So that means 2 to the 3x equal to 2 to the 5. Is that okay? And then 3x is equal to what? 5. So x equal to 5 with 3. You want to try this again? Yeah. Hold on. Roger, you got it?
Yeah, I think.
What'd you get?
I think I have a thing going.
Yeah, that's really got it.
No, I.
Justin, you got it?
Yeah, I just see you got.
My brain.
Oh, actually believe.
All right. So obviously we don't know what its value is. We're gonna call it x. So it'll be 81 to the x equal to 1 over 27. It turns out they all have base of 3. Elizabeth, if you don't get it, pay attention. This is 3 to the 4 to the x, and this is 3 to the negative 3. Why? Because 3 to the 3 is 27, but in order to negative 3, that's going to be 1 over 27. So it'll be 4x equal to negative 3, x is equal to negative 3 over 4. So that's the final answer. Today's homework super easy.